morning. Thanks for being here. I know you didn't have a whole lot of choice in the matter. German philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche once asked, how am I going to get people to wake up from their day-to-day habits, the iron cage of daily life that makes us creatures of comfortable habit? And how should we truly be living? We certainly are all creatures of habit, from where we sit in the dining hall to whether or not you make your bed, and so on. Nietzsche advocated that we face our mortality and the certainty of regret as a motivation for changing our lives. Nietzsche laid out a two-pronged attack against regret. One, if you choose incorrectly, forget about it, just accept it and love it. Two, from this point on, live with constant awareness of your mortality. Yesterday, a good friend sent me a letter written by one of his best friends, a man about my age who died a couple of weeks ago after a long battle with cancer. He wrote this letter to be read at his memorial service this past Saturday. One excerpt from it read, "I won the war and battle with cancer, and secretly, I know I used the cancer to get closer to love. I could have gone my whole life avoiding the inevitable end. But knowing you will die sooner rather than later is a gift that gives you a chance to choose love sooner." The beauty of this letter was his desire to let all who loved him know that he had no regrets. His illness and his acceptance of it made him live his life surrounded by love. His reflection on his own life for his friends and family made me want to choose love sooner, to relish in all that I have and all that I am so fortunate to have in my life: my family, my friends, some best friends, my health, and this community. I first thought I would talk to you about not having regrets, and I've adapted it a bit to be a little bit more about impact on your own life and those you love. As Nietzsche said in regard to regrets, forget it, accept it, and move on. Take the road you want to. Try the thing that seems hard or improbable because you can. In light of the letter that was shared with me yesterday, this seems to be great advice and hard to do in practice. I realized yesterday that in light of this letter and the fact that it was Valentine's Day, a day for me to be thankful for those who are in my life, that I wanted to focus on the power we have over our own lives and how regret can be minimized if we take control. I hope I am able to say when I reflect on my life that yes, I took control and I am good with what I have done. To live thoughtfully and deliberately calls for some change in my everyday practice. Starting today, I will spend more quality time with Mr. Dobbins and our children. I have unconditional love for them, and they are my everything. And when I am with them, I want to be more present. I get busy at work, and I try to comfort myself, knowing I will make it up to them by taking them swimming, to the beach, or skating over the weekend. Thinking that as long as I spend some quality time with them, it will all balance out. It probably won't. I can take better control of my schedule in order to be more present when I am home and be a better listener. My kids will remember that. I will take time to sit for an extra few minutes after dinner to talk about our days. Today is the day I will start and make the change to make me better for the people I care for so deeply. Another way I can be more deliberate is to make a concerted effort to go on more trips with my family and friends. I loved Darren's oratory speech about his cross-country trip with his brother. That kind of trip will be remembered forever. I traveled extensively for a year in college and remember each trip who I was with, what we ate, where we hiked and explored, and where we slept, from hostels to trains to ferry decks. Some of these trips changed me due to the experiences we had. We had an occasion to figure out how to get a very sick friend out of Greece as soon as we had arrived and back to France, where we had just traveled from. We had been on a 3-day train and boat trip to get there. We had a dilemma. We needed to get her back to France to see a doctor. This was an immense challenge for the remaining 4 of us to solve together. Realizing while we were still quite young, that we had the responsibility for a person who could not do things for herself due to her illness. This was frightening. Figuring it out without a word of the native language didn't help. Navigating with the US Embassy, our university in France, and various airlines who would allow her to board a plane as sick as she was, challenged us to be thoughtful in her care and deliberate in our actions to get her back to France as quickly as possible so she could get better. This was not a part of the trip we had planned, but one that happened. And the experience we all had made us better friends and better people. We showed care for others and attempted new things. We got her back to France safely, and she was truly appreciative for our care. Whether it is a road trip, a family holiday, or even a whole day on the beach with family and friends, these make the best memories. When we choose to spend extended time with family and friends, the things that happen are a result of the love and care we have for each other. How we interact, whether it is cooking together, playing games, or just talking. We work as a team and it's fun, even on the days when it rains. Some of my best memories over the years are the times spent with my family and friends on new adventures, in our own house or far away. Your time at Brooks is like an extended trip. Lots of friends and people at Brooks who will, as time goes by, begin to feel like family. They will fill your life with new adventures. Lean into them. Do what you want. Do not worry how others will perceive you. In the end, none of that matters. Know that each and every one of you are great and worthy of great confidence. Change is not always easy, but this community is a great safety net. Do things that make you feel good. Share that last box of Girl Scout cookies with your roommate. Make true connections. Choose the love sooner, whatever that may look like for you. An experiment was done in New York City last month, and they asked people on the street what their biggest regret was. It was eye-opening to me to see that the vast majority of us share so much in common when it comes to regret. Complete strangers wrote down things they wished they had done. What the experiment illustrated, and studies have found, is that we regret the things we didn't do far more than the things we do. The chances not taken weigh much more heavily on us than the mistakes we have made. Regrets were about chances not taken. They were about words not spoken. They were about dreams never being pursued. Brooks is a community who cares deeply for its members, and I hope you feel that. I hope you desire to live fully here during your time and have an aspiration to give back to those who are here with you. I hope you see this place for what it is, an opportunity to try something new, to take a chance, and to push yourself out of your comfort zone. What does change look like for you? Maybe do something a little silly today, out of your comfort zone, to make somebody laugh. Or do something to make Brooks a better place, to make your time here better. Now keep doing that day after day. When I look back at my best memories, they are the silly, spontaneous dance parties that we have at our house after dinner, the game of tag on the beach on a school night, or taking the time to be there for a friend. Some of the best are surprise meetings with best friends in new cities. These are the times when we are our most authentic selves. when all of us are fully invested and carefree. The connections during these times are the best and most memorable when we lean into the moment and give of ourselves. In my life, I can say I do not regret staying up all night for a friend. I regret not saying sorry when I made a mistake. I can forgive myself, forget it, and move on, resolving to be better next time. I regret letting too much time pass before getting back in touch with some of my closest friends. Because we have both gotten busy. Not connecting with someone for too long, it is something I can accept and move on. The next time, I know I will be better. Will you consider changing anything in your life this afternoon or tomorrow? Or are you going to get back to your busy life? Will you choose to be more deliberate with your time? What are each of us going to do with the rest of today, this week, this semester, this year, and the rest of our lives to ensure we don't experience regrets later on? Start today and give yourself a chance. Be thoughtful in how you live. Be deliberate in what you do. Get involved and don't miss this opportunity. Take a chance and tell people how you feel. Do the things you will regret not doing. Brooks is a huge part of your life, today, and as you look back at it when you are my age. I hope you can leave here without regret. We can all help each other to try new things, to live in the moment and cherish what is important to us, to choose the love sooner. Thank you.